right, fellas, I've been wanting to do this video from the time I started making videos somewhere around Christmas time. Um, I just kind of put it on the back burner and then I forgot about it. But I wanted to do a video on how to create your own defense, okay? So I've thought about this. We have our standards, right? We have our 4-3-6-1. We've got our big nickel over G. We've got our dime. We've got our dollar. I thought about doing quarter, but I don't think that would be fair because I have a ton of experience with quarter defense. 3-4 under, I thought would be a pretty good one, but we have to determine what we're looking for in a defense, okay? And I'm not saying that 3-4 under isn't a great defense. It can absolutely, you can literally use this like 4-3-6-1 and be pretty much every bit as successful. The problem is it's all linebackers, okay? That's 4 linebackers and 3 linemen. We only have 4 defensive backs on the field. That's fine for MUT, but for regs or franchise, that is not going to work out, okay? 4-3-6-1, it's a little bit of a unicorn. It actually does work in franchise and regs to a certain extent, but you still need linebackers, right? Dime has been overused, dollar's been overused, but 3-4 over, I'm not going to do this because this was sort of a Madden 21 meta. We're going to go ahead and do nickel 3-3. Nickel 3-3, if you look at this defense, right? This defense is a little bit offset, okay? This is a little bit offset too, but it's a 3-down lineman. We essentially can have, really when you look at it, we're looking at, 8 defensive backs almost, right? That's really what it boils down to. Just like dollar, just like, it's real similar to those defenses. And 3-3 is a very solid defense. I used it in Madden 18, and I used it a little bit in Madden 21. We would certainly come out nickel 3-3 back, and then we would switch to 3-3 5 wide or whatever. So let's go ahead and use this nickel 3-3, and we're just going to explain how to set this up, what we want out of it. What we want is we want a defense that's going to play the run very well, but also give us a lot of flexibility in coverage, right? With the dollar defense, it's pretty much every play is a Swiss Army knife, right? You can make adjustments and make just insane coverage adjustments out of that defense. So nickel 3-3, it literally meets the check marks. It's a good run defense, and we have a lot of flexibility coverage wise. So we're just going to basically do our adjustments. We're going to turn auto flip off. We're going to do base, and we're going to put our options on conservative. And we don't really need to sub in anybody here. We can, so if we go to, say, Devin White, we can sub in safeties if we want, right? And that's probably what we would do in regs or franchise. In this case, Trenton Simpson, he's a superstar, so he gets abilities. And then our user, we're not going to sub out our user, right? So just as a note, you could basically have 7 defensive backs in your user for this defense. So let's break down what we're looking for. We've got a cover 2. Right, in this case, a cover 2 drop. We have matching principles. If you notice, there's sort of a translucence in the zone bubbles. Those are zones with match covering principles. Okay, we even have that with our cover 3 drop. We have a nice cover 3 play. We've got a nice blitz here. This is the famous nickel blitz that we ran at the beginning of the year. We would flip it. Okay. We've got a cover 1 robber. I don't really care about that. We have one of the best cover 4 plays in the game with cover 4 drop. And it looks like we have some matching principles there too, right? So we can even run match out of this pretty well. We've got the nickel 2 trap, which is really good. If you'll notice that safety up top, it looks like he's coming down to the line. He actually will play a cloud flat, and that position that he's in will actually actually play a corner if you set your zone drops properly, like if you set them to 20 or your curl flats, right? So we've got a nice sort of heavy pressure play with a decent zone shell behind it, right? We've got a cover 2 invert. So now we have the ability to rush 4, and we have those 3 hook zones or vertical hooks that we can play around with, right? So we've got some interesting little defensive, wrinkles that we can throw in. We've got a great cover 2 man. That cover 2 man, we can generate heat. We go back to this nickel blitz over here. We can generate that heat by only rushing 5. In cover 2 man, we can do the same thing with that. We may not be able to get as consistent a pressure, but we can design pressure out of that. And that blitzer, we can actually drop him into a zone, right? So we can throw some real wrinkles to our opponent with that. But these are the 2 plays, Tampa 2 and Nickel Blitz 3. Nickel Blitz 3 is going to have a very similar pressure scheme as the blitz, the all-out blitz, Nickel Blitz. And then the Tampa 2 in Madden 18, that was a stock, man. That defense was a killer defense, and it has matching principles, and we have pressure. That is going to be our DB fire out of this defense. So right away we can see that this defense has everything we need. It has a cover 4 that works excellent. It has an all-out blitz that actually was and actually still is a meta blitz in this game. And it has a cover 2 Swiss Army knife defense, and it has a very quick and easy to set up blitz, at least visually here from what we're seeing out of the Nickel Blitz 3. This is a really good defense that we could design and utilize, okay, out of this formation. And then, this is bringing back memories here, the double 3 buzz, right? That play in Madden 18, oh man, I'd get in trouble, and I'd use that on 3rd and long, and it would just destroy. So anyway, we've got everything we need. I'm gonna try to keep this video quick. So the first thing we want to talk about is pressure, right? That's the thing that we want to generate out of most of our formations, especially our defensive formations and schemes, is pressure. And Nickel 3-3 does provide that. We already know this. If you've played Madden at all this year, from the beginning of the year, you know that Nickel Blitz was the meta for so long. What we would do is we would just flip. We would shift our linebackers to the left, pinch our line, and there are a couple of little tricks to get guys in. So in this formation, we're just gonna, I don't know why it doesn't have my playbook in this. So we're going to go ahead and do, let's just do red zone scissors, okay? So what we can do out of this play to generate pressure that we used to have is we would pinch, we would shift our linebackers to the left, we would blitz our linebackers, okay, and then we would take white and we would hover here. So we're blitzing 5. We have our cornerback backed off, so we're gonna go triangle X, square, and we're gonna go down on the right stick to press him. So instead of pressing our defense, because I remember that caused some problems with the blitz to come in. So this is the one that should give us pressure here. And they're blocking a running back, I believe, on this play. I'm not sure. There's our A gap. So now we know that we have an A gap blitz, right? We have a crushing blitz, actually. So we're going to go ahead and choose a new play. Okay. I want to talk really quickly about cover 4. Now it's a little bit, this is a little bit, how would you call it? It's a little bit not fair because I do have familiarity with 3-3, okay? So I'm not like completely designing this on the, just on the fly. I do have some knowledge of this defense, right? But I am kind of, you can tell I'm spitballing a few things here. So anyway, in this defense, this cover 4 defense, we have run fits, okay? Our two deep safeties are in run fits, okay? And one of the tricks that we used to use, at least back in Madden 18, is we would bluff blitz, okay? Bringing those guys down in the box. Unfortunately, if we bluff blitz, we can't pinch our line. So we're going to reset the play, and we're going to go ahead and pinch our line. And then the way this formation is set up, you'll notice that Devin White, it's going to take him a while to get out to that corner. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and spread our linebackers, right? That just gives us a little bit more of a symmetrical look. And then what we can do in this defense, I'm going to go ahead and crash down, okay? And then I'm going to blitz my user, okay? And I'm just going to hover until the little green bars get over my head, okay? And then I'm just going to shade coverage down. Believe it or not, this is a very tough defense to run on, okay? Especially the cover 4. One of the things that I used to do is I would drag my safeties down about right here. Okay, and this, we're talking, what, 6-7 years ago here. So memory's coming back here. But I drag the safeties down. A very difficult defense to run on. That's one of the things we're looking for in a defense, is can it stop the run? So let's go ahead and see how it stops this run. Stuffs it pretty well. And I do not have, I don't believe I have any abilities on defense. Yeah, I don't think so. No abilities on defense. So, you know, this defense really stops the run well. If you have time in cover 4, drag these guys down a little bit. They're already in run fits, and I will just crash down. I used to crash toward where I thought the running back would run. I think that'll still work this year, so we can go ahead and do that. But mostly, I think I would be crashing down. And you can just see it's almost impossible to run an inside zone on this defense, okay? It also works very well on the outside because we are spreading those linebackers too, right? That helps. And these safeties, again, dragging them down really can help. And of course, if we blitz our user, crash our defense down, and, you know, I will hover in different gaps. In this defense, you can gap shoot a little bit, okay? So we'll play it one more time against the run. See how that safety came down? I'm trying to get my guys out of the way here. Those safeties came down, and you'll see, I'll show you the instant replay. Watch how these safeties attack that run, right? You'll see that's a good run defense. So let's go ahead and choose a new play, and let's get to the fun stuff. And I'm going to try to keep this short. We're going to go with Tampa 2. Okay, this is going to be our bread and butter play out of this formation. And I think we're just let's get one. Let's just do this red zone scissors again. Okay, so this Tampa 2, we've got cloud flats out there, right? We can shade down for hard flats, shade up, go back to cloud flats. Okay, pinch our line, spread our linebackers. We have Swiss Army knife stuff going here. We have 1, 2, our user, and our blitzer. So we have 4 basically wild card players that we can mess around with. This is very much like DB Fire, okay? And in this defense here, if we just want to set it up stock, I would just go ahead and contain, okay? I think that's going to give us the best chance at pressure, and I would probably shade down. On that left side or the right side, you can always triangle, square. You can always do a cloud flat, right? So, you know, just to kind of, you know, again, throw wrinkles in, right? And we're just going to hover here. We're going to blitz. Now, remember, this is a cover 2 with a big hole in the middle. So we're going to have to dart back here. We don't put one of those linebackers in a cover 3, okay? But this is a stock play. All we did was change the 2 cloud flats, okay? Pretty nice defense, right? Pretty nice defense. That's a pretty good stock defense. But watch what we can do with it. We're pinching, we're spreading. Okay, now, let's say we want to do a Mabel on the right side. So we just go twice on the right, twice right on the D-pad, X, and left stick right, or right on the left stick. We've got a Mabel set up, and then we'll do twice right on the D-pad, and we'll pick Davis and we'll put him in a middle third. So now we've got a cover 3 with the Mabel, and then we have a blitzer coming. Okay, pretty nice little setup here. We can even go ahead and crash toward the blitzer, and all we really have to worry about is the middle of the field and over here. Okay, and we have that seam, but we have to be cognizant of that tight end. Okay, and we could do a lot of stuff. We could basically just take X, man him up on the tight end, and we could do circle and man him up on circle. Right, and you'll notice our defense is still disguised. They don't know that we're doing that. So we got a cover 2 man over to the right. We've got a cover 3 deep shell, and then we have a cover 2 basically to the left, which is our responsibility. Right. So we have the exact same tricks that we can use in DB Fire, and so we're just going to go ahead and let this play out. You know, again, they're relegated to thrown to the halfback out of the backfield, and we're not, you know, trying to stop them right now. We're just wanting to see how we can set this play up. So we've got the ability to do a cover 3. We've got ability to do a double Mabel very quickly, and we can do hard flat if we want. We do hook curl with that guy. We can put him in a curl flat and do our double Mabel. So we've got the ability to do everything we want very quickly. We can even put Simmons, and we can user this guy if we want to. Let's say that, you know, we're having trouble with the seams. We can just user this guy and let the play out. Right? So we have everything we need out of this cover 2 here. So honestly, is dollar that much better than this defense? Especially when you have a meta blitz in that defense, right? So, you know, I mean, I like dollar better, but nickel 3-3 is a go-to defense if you need it. It's just a very solid defense. So we've created now we found our meta blitz out of the nickel blitz. We've got our cover 4, and we've got our Tampa 2 Swiss Army knife defense. Now we've got a nickel blitz, okay? And this nickel blitz is something that let's pick a different play. I don't like the way they pass out of that play. Let's just pick something. Let's pick something that shows off the defense a little bit better. Let's do this. Smash pivot. Okay. So in this defense here, we just had a tell, right? So how do we stop that tell? Let's see what pinching our defense does. Okay, pinching the defense is pretty good, but I don't like the linebackers being that close in, so we're going to need to spread those linebackers. That is going to be kind of our stock setup anyway. So I think what we need to do is contain. And I think that's going to help this blitz get in better. I think we're going to shade down. Let's see, we've got a cover 3 shell shaded down. This is very similar to that free safeties blitz in dollar, right? And then we don't need to blitz our user, but let's go ahead and blitz our user, and let's put him in this gap over here for now, right? Well, heck, we can just hover him over here, okay? We don't need to shift our linebackers. We can if we want to, but we'll just leave it like this. And I bet you we can generate some good heat with this. They picked it up, but that will generate some heat, okay? That really will generate some heat. So let's just try pinching our line, and let's shift those linebackers over, and let's shade down, and let's user this guy. No, let's use it. Let's just go ahead and stick with our user, and let's hover him. Okay. So let's see if this helps. That's tough. That's tough. It's going to get us decent pressure, right? So we've got, I think, a really good setup here. If we pinch and we spread those linebackers, and let's say that we let's crash toward the blitz. Let's see if that helps get the guys in. Okay. Let's try one more thing here. Let's pinch our line and let's spread those linebackers out. And let's take the corner, the defensive back. Let's put him in man coverage on triangle. Or you know what? Let's just put him in a vert hook. Okay. So we got that one blitzer coming over. Now let's crash to the left. You can see that the play art, there it goes. Play art doesn't want to do it. We're going to shade down. And I think this is pretty solid. Let's go ahead and hover over here. Let's blitz our guy. There we go. Let's see how this works. I can tell you, it's not gonna be consistent heat like every single time, but we're gonna get decent pressure out of that. Okay. I think also if we pinch and we just crash down and spread our linebackers and shade down, that's a quick adjusting defense. Why I didn't want to shade down, I don't know. And then if we want to, we can take either one of those two blitzers and we can put them in man coverage or a hook. So we've got a nice little pressure play here. Heck, we could even spread our line if we wanted to. It's going to invite a run, but we can do some things like this, and and generate some pressure while still having a nice coverage show. And again, tried and true defense is we pinch our line, crash down, spread our linebackers, shade underneath. That's going to get us pressure. I mean, it's not hard to generate pressure in Madden this year. This just doesn't set up quite as easily for the meta blitz, and I'm sure that we could probably figure it out for a meta A gap. But this is just fine the way it is. You can see, I mean, that it generates pressure. So we've basically got our free safety zone blitz play, which is blockable, right? In dollar, it's blockable. So we've got our entire defense here. We have our meta blitz, which is the nickel blitz, right? And we can do tons of stuff out of that. We can adjust coverage. You've seen the video of spinner. It's the same thing with spinner. The setup is just basically pinching your line, pressing that outside cornerback on the left, and shifting your linebackers to the left, and that's all you got to do, right? Cover 4 drop, one of the best cover 4s in the game. We've got some surprise things here with nickel 2 trap and cover 2 invert, so we don't have to really make a lot of adjustments out of those. They're just again throwing in wrinkles. We've got our 2 key plays, Tampa 2 and nickel blitz 3, and we've got a great cover 2 man, right? And I don't really need to go over cover 2 man because we all know what cover 2 man is. We've got a great cover 2 man setup where we actually have one wild card guy that we can throw into a wacky zone, right? So we've got everything we need in this, and we've got the double buzz. You guys, just really quickly, I'm going to go ahead and run this double buzz. I don't know what pass play to use. Let's use this pass play here. So this double buzz, basically, you pinch your line, spread your linebackers. The only problem with it is your user is in a deep zone. We could probably just do L1. Well, you know what? I mean, we just leave it like that. If we wanted to user somebody, we just user this guy. Just user black, right? And if we contained or crash down, either one, that should be plenty with our line. But let's go ahead and contain. But the double, this defense, it used to be killer in Madden 18. It's just high pressure. It comes from, it's just like a weird angle. It's an unexpected play, right? So we have that. So this is what we've done. We've figured out how to stop the run with cover 4. We have our standard cover 3 drop. We would stop the run the very same way. We would just drag those safeties down. And it might be a good idea to just drag those safeties down anyway, right? And then we've got sort of this double three buds. It's a really weird. Heck, look at the strong safety Mike blitz. That's just exactly like three safety zone blitz. But the double three buds is a really wild card blitz. But we have a Swiss Army knife play with Tampa 2, and we have our nickel 3 blitz. So we have a cover 3 shell that we can generate some good heat with, and then we have a Tampa 2 that we can do anything we want to so quickly with adjustments, okay? And again, the more you play with the defense, the more you will understand how to generate pressure, okay? It's gonna be things like when you come out in your offense, instead of pinching, or instead of crashing down, maybe you crash to the right, because every defense is different, right? Every defensive line plays a little different. In 3-5 wide, we would basically crash a lot of times toward the running back, right? And then we would be able to shoot this gap here, right, to stop the run, right? Way back in Madden 21, right? So, and then I think we would actually shift our line, that direction, and then we would slant the other way, and we would end up getting gap shoots. And by the way, if you do run 3-5 enough, you'll notice with different defenses ways that you can kind of gap shoot, right? And you do have the ability to do that in 3-3 here. So, but basically, you're just going to be playing around with your defenses, your defensive line adjustments, your linebacker adjustments, okay? Sometimes it's a good idea. Like, we'll reset the play here. We're in cover 2. If we go ahead and shift those linebackers to the left and pitch our line, they think we're going to be bringing heat, right? But really what we got there is we got a vert hook waiting if they want to quick seam that, right? And we could even shade him down on purpose, right, if we wanted to. So we could shade everything down on purpose. So we have little wrinkles that we can throw in here too. We have the ability to bluff what we're doing. We've got a great defense set up already. Okay, so now that we have this Swiss Army knife set up, right? You can see how quickly we can make all of these adjustments, right? We contain. It's really hard to scramble with the quarterback with this defense, just because it has this symmetrical stuff. And when we pinch and we spread those linebackers, they don't know where the heat's coming from. We've got a nice defense set up here. And that's what I wanted to talk to you guys about today. I wanted to do this video a long time ago, is you can take any defense and you can find plays. Some people only use one play out of a formation and they make all their adjustments out of that. But for the most part, when you run a defense, you're really only running 2 or 3 plays out of that formation, and you're making all of your adjustments out of that. We found a good one here with nickel 3-3, right? And the more we practice it, the better. You just need to lab how to get better pressure, right? In this case, we're blitzing 1, so we need to figure out how do we generate pressure with him. Crashing our line left, right, may very well create that extra pressure. Maybe we go ahead and drop him into coverage and we take that linebacker and blitz him. And maybe that's what gives us the pressure. And then we run the play and we see if we get pressure out of this. Right? You just lab and experiment until you find a way where you feel like you can get some consistent pressure. And then you have to make sure, practice mode, it's very weird. Practice mode will pick up blitzes that won't get picked up in games, and vice versa, right? You won't be able to pick up a stupid, easy to pick up blitz in practice mode, and you can pick it up all day if you're playing a game, right? So remember, once you get the basics of this defense down, go and play against the computer. Just keep punting to the computer and keep running this defense. Find your favorite plays. This one is definitely my favorite play, right? That's our stock standard setup. We can press if we want to, right? We can do all sorts of things with this defense, right? There we press, we pinch, we spread our linebackers. And now I got the muscle memory down, right? Reset the play. We're going to press, pinch, spread, crash down. And those are our sort of muscle memory things to start the defense off with. And then we're gonna practice how to set up the Mabel. Boom, quick, right? That's X and square. Twice on the right pad, X. Left on the left, right on the left stick. Same thing. Twice right on the D-pad, square, and right on the left stick, right? So we have that. Or if we want to set up our cover 3, right? That's twice right on the D-pad, square up on the left stick, or we can put him in man coverage by going up on the right stick, right? Up on the right stick, now we man him up on X, right? We've got everything we need out of this play. So you just practice your setups, right? That's all you have to do. So really quickly, we're gonna press. We're gonna pinch. Oh, I'm sorry, I pressed the entire defense there. Let's reset it. So we're gonna press, right? We're going to pinch our line, spread our linebackers, set up our Mabel, set up our cover 3, right? We can do all of that stuff, get that muscle memory down, and as we play in games, see what defensive line adjustments and linebacker adjustments do in terms of getting pressure in, right? And as long as you have a defense where you can Swiss Army knife any coverage you want, you have a good cover 4, you have a good cover 2 man, and you have the option of a meta blitz, a meta man blitz, you are in business. And this is how we create our defenses. I hope this video has been helpful for you guys. I wish that I had seen somebody do this video, back in Madden 16, first time I ever played it against anybody online. I wish I had seen somebody do this video, how to set up a defense and what we need to look for and what we need to do. So again, I hope this video has been helpful for you guys. Be on the lookout for the next video. Please like and subscribe because it really helps my channel. And as always, have a great day.